This video is created solely for educational purposes and does not constitute financial advice. All financial actions are the sole responsibility of each individual. So before you begin, make sure you understand the risks and are prepared for them. Hi there, I'm Evelyn and I'm glad you stopped by. Today I want to share something that deeply impacted my journey, an approach that helps me stay calm in the information flow and make clearer, more grounded decisions. If you've ever felt like this is too complicated or this is just isn't for me, I understand you. I once felt the same way. That's exactly why I created a strategy you can walk through step by step without overwhelm or jargon. I'm all for clarity, for feeling stable underfoot even when the world seems chaotic. If you're just starting, this could help you find your bearings. And if you're experienced, maybe this will offer a fresh perspective to bring more order into your process. All you need to begin with is curiosity, and that's more than enough. Let's get started. All right, I've got almost everything set up for today's session. I've selected the pairs and tools I'll be working with, Zigzag and Stochastic. They help me read the chart more clearly. Zigzag highlights key reversal points and filters out noise, while the Stochastic indicates moments when the market might be overheated or weakened. Together, they provide a cleaner view for analysis. All right, let's begin. Here we go. Looking at the first pair, I noticed that after a climb, there has been a gradual weakening. One of the indicators suggests a trend reversal. The lines have crossed and are now moving downward. Plus, the chart shows a downward move that overtook the previous upward leg, often an early sign of a sentiment shift. Based on these factors, I decided to go short. Great, let's keep going. I see the overall trend is still upward. There's been a pause and a small pullback within this trend. Below the current levels, there is a zone that has seen multiple reactions. Price hasn't been allowed to drop below. Stochastic is low and starting to turn upward. The lines are converging and shifting direction. This could be an early sign of a return to the main upward move. Based on that, I'm going long. So far, everything's logical. No emotions, and that's important. Imagine having the chance not just to read about trading methods, but to watch them in action, to see how decisions are made and understand the logic behind them using real examples. That's what I share in my community. How analysis is built, what to pay attention to, and how to approach the market calmly and systematically. It's not theory in a vacuum. It's a format where you can observe and gradually build your own understanding. If you're a beginner, don't worry. We move at a comfortable pace and I'm available to help with questions if anything is unclear. If you are curious how it works, check out the community via the link in the description or the pinned comment. It's open. You can simply explore and see if it feels right for you. Now let's dive into the breakdown. Let's see what we have here. I notice a zone where the price has reversed twice at the same level. The chart pattern resembles a double top, a classic formation that often signals a reversal. Looking at the Stochastic, the second touch of this zone shows lower peak values than the first. This divergence can signal weakening momentum. After a strong downward move appears, I decide to go short. Alright team, let's keep the momentum moving forward. Checking this one out. After a strong decline, I see a shift forming on the indicator. The first sign of a potential reversal appears, followed by a price shape with a noticeable lower wick. That may suggest the downward pressure is weakening. Based on that, I anticipate a possible move up. Let's stay sharp and keep the pace up. My friend, if you're interested in how decisions are made and what method drives them, come take a look inside my community. There, I regularly share my insights, practical techniques, and formats I use in my daily trading work. Everything is gathered in one place, structured, clear, and available whenever you have time to learn. It's perfect for those who want to move step by step without rushing. Follow the link in the description or pinned comment and jump in while access is still open. Alright, looking at this pair, I spot a divergence between the tool's direction and the chart's behavior. One indicator marks a top, but the other doesn't confirm it. Also, the oscillator line moved beyond the upper limit and has started to turn. A confident move downward is forming, and I decide to follow it. Nice, let's keep going, team. I see the move continues to follow the downward trajectory, confirmed by a new low on one of the indicators. Then a pullback begins, during which the other indicator breaks above the upper range. The chart returns to a previously marked zone. Considering this behavior, I expect the current trend to continue and open a trade in the same direction. It's great when actions start to feel intuitive, but never switch off your brain. Let's keep going. I see the price has been moving sideways in a range near a key area. Meanwhile, one of the indicators has been sitting in the upper zone for a while. When price breaks out above the market level, the indicator pushes even higher into a zone that often signals overheating. Considering all this, I assume the breakout may not last. I go short. That one wasn't easy, but it played out well. I noticed one of the indicators has stayed in the overbought area for a long time, a spot where reversals often occur. A pattern is forming on the chart that hints at weakening upward momentum. Then I see the indicators start to turn. That could be a sign of a shift. I choose to go short. Alright friends, let's do a couple more. Let's go here. I see we are approaching a key zone that influenced price before. At this moment, one of the indicators is deep in its lower range and starts turning upward. This kind of setup often becomes the starting point of an upward move. And now let's wrap things up. Okay. Just as expected, the price dipped a bit, but the overall trend remains upward. I notice it approaching a key zone that has previously influenced behavior. The indicator is in the lower part of the range and starts to reverse. It fits the model I had in mind, so I decide to go long. Perfect. That brought a whole new energy to the session. That's it for today. If something you saw resonated with you, that's already a good sign. Understanding doesn't arrive all at once or on command. But when you have support, real examples, and a space to ask questions, it becomes a lot easier. In my community, we don't trust snap judgments. We learn to see logic, trust ourselves, and move forward step by step, calmly and clearly without feeling like you're missing something. If you're curious to observe how this works, you'll find the link in the description and pinned comment. You're welcome to take a look inside. Thanks for spending this time with me. Hope we meet again.